Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Cloud Rider Santiago. Andrew's looking nervous, which means we are running behind, and I'm going to try to speed things up. It's an established fact that one size of business solutions does not fit all businesses. This has been true in the web world, just as it is in the on-premise world. We see younger, more dynamic, smaller businesses adopting the web at a very different trajectory and looking for a very different value proposition than some of the established mid-market businesses. And we at Sage have built our strategy around the subtle differences to make sure we are solving real business problems. So our research continues to point to the fact that despite a lot of rhetoric that's been out there about SaaS and online solutions, a majority of buying decisions are still being done in the on-premise world. As evidenced by some recent research that was done by Forrester, and the graph here shows that while online business purchases continue to grow, so is the on-premise business, which in size obviously outflanks the online business. But to be fair and objective and to do a complete 360 look at this, let's sort of double click on this and understand what are the key business drivers at a customer's office that impacts a buying decision, what makes some customers pick a SaaS product versus an on-premise product. So we went and talked to several of these customers and looked at several research studies, and the one I have here is something that the Aberdeen group did just a few months ago on what is the highest appeal for SaaS products in the mid-market. And the top 3 reasons that came out were improved total cost of ownership, frictionless upgrades, and lower upfront costs. We then went and talked to those on-premise customers that have elected to stay on-premise, and several of them are fearful moving into the SaaS world, and asked them the exact same question. And here's research that the Aberdeen group did. The number 1 reason they said why they like the on-premise purchase is the fact that they like to control their upgrade process. I visit several of these customers in North America on a regular basis. And what these customers tell us and showcase to us is their competitive advantage is in the way they've set their businesses up. SNG Metals in Columbus, Ohio, has AutoCAD integrated with their Mass 90 product and allows them to have a lean manufacturing setup when it comes to material requirements planning. Streamflow in Edmonton, Canada, prides the fact that the way they set up their warehouse supports just-in-time inventory. Whether it's relationship with purchasers, whether it's EDI, the ability for customers to configure the systems they want, and the fear that an overnight upgrade from the cloud could wipe all of that out, makes these people look at on-premise businesses. There's still concerns on security. They worry about outsourcing something as mission-critical as ERP, and they like the ability to customize their products locally. So let's take both of these examples, because it's important for Sage to balance both out as we built our strategy, and I've summarized that in this slide. What our customers are asking for is flexibility and choice. There are those who will continue to make buying decisions in the on-premise world for a very long time, and these are driven by factors like long-term total cost of ownership, on-site control of their data, could be for regulatory, legislative, or compliance issues, could be because of a corporate standard. Existing IT infrastructure, a lot of these mid-market established businesses have solved for their servers, their hardware, their networks, their hubs, their routers, and are looking at purchasing something that fits into this infrastructure. However, on the flip side of the coin, we do have those who would like to subscribe to software, who sort of want the instant on, who would prefer going for an operating expense today rather than a capital expense, and who essentially have outsourced all of their IT to the cloud. And they're the ones more likely to look for an online solution. So we took these elements as we built our mid-market strategy, and it really is all about flexibility. The same products that are available on-premise will be available in the cloud in an online fashion. Making the investments that we have put into these products, the training and learnings that our business partners have, play to our advantage and offer customers choice. So again, over the years in our roadmap, you will see our ERP products on a trajectory to leverage this ability to be flexible, where the same products will be available on-premise or these products will be available in the cloud. Let's take a look at a couple examples to bring this point home. Let's look at an established, successful product like Sage ERP ACPAC. Sold, over 45,000 customers, sold across multiple countries. A great heritage for a product that has been very successful. About 8 years ago, we launched ACPAC Online, but it hasn't been in the last 2 years where we've seen an increase in pickup and double-digit growth for the same product in an online environment. And when we went and reviewed those customers that have picked the ACPAC Online product, no surprise, here are the dynamics that show up. Looking for a quick start, dynamic and growing, unwilling to spend on internal infrastructure, and have global management needs. Once again, so what I'm going to do is I'm quickly turn it over to a business partner in a video who's been an ACPAC partner for, I think, almost 18 years. They were an early adopter of the ACPAC Online program in the cloud. And let's see what Steve has to say.
We've been working with Sage in the Sage ERP ACPAC brand for 18 years now. And what constantly gets me excited is the fact that we're always innovating. We've been involved with ACPAC Online, and so it's been in the market for a good 8+ years. We were a very early adopter, and the online option just brings another way to deploy a strong solution. We have a client in the hotel industry that we've had on ACPAC Online for 8 years now. They're running 38 different properties on there. The online is predominantly because they need a multi-site facility. They need access from multiple points, and they don't want to deploy their own expensive infrastructure to do that. Or they're startup companies and they have very limited IT resources at the beginning of the play. This is a great option for them to come in and deploy a strong accounting solution without having to go through the work of deploying it on site. One of the things we talk with clients when we talk about deployment models was the ability to start an ACPAC Online, very cost effective, very quick to get up online, very little IT infrastructure. But if they grow their business to where they think they're going to grow that business, now they'll need warehouse management, they'll need EDI, they'll need these more sophisticated solutions, and we can very quickly move the application from the online to a premise deploy, and it's not difficult. ACPAC allows you to move from a hosted solution to a premise solution or the other direction as the business model changes. The built-in functionality means that the client constantly owns the data. Whether you're on-premise or ACPAC Online, it won't matter. You'll be able to fully web deploy the application. But what makes Sage exciting is they're not sitting on their laurels. They're moving forward. They're changing the UI. They're bringing in the new technologies. Being involved with Sage and their applications is a strong play for us. We know those applications are going to move forward. We know that we can invest the time in training and technical expertise to be the best possible resource for our client. By bringing these new solutions and these new technology forward, we see that those clients that maybe were on the bubble of needing to move someplace else will be able to address those needs. And we're already putting those plans together for those clients to show them the roadmap of where we're headed with ACPAC and why this is going to be a product that will continue to meet their needs ongoing.
We interviewed Steve at the Radisson Hotels, which is the customer that Steve talks about, and 38 of their locations are using ACPAC Online. Interestingly enough, another marquee client of ACPAC is the Fairmonts Hotel, and they have they have more chains running ACPAC. Once again, an example that even in the same industry, a customer wanted choice. And one of them went with the on-premise product, while the others are very satisfied with the online product. All right? Let's take this one level further and take a look at Sales Logics. Not only does Sales Logics give you that flexibility of being either on-premise or hosted in the cloud, we take it a step further with what we are calling the hybrid mixed mode, where, think about it, your headquarters could be running Sales Logics on-premise because it has all the existing infrastructure, but then you have a remote sales force that doesn't have that infrastructure. They're using the cloud edition, and we have the ability to sync up the data from the on-premise to the cloud. Once again, the flexibility of on-premise and the online brought together. a claim, I'm afraid, our SaaS-only competitors cannot make, because clearly they don't understand the on-premise world. So let's take a look at another quick video from a Sales Logics partner and see what Don has to say as he sells both these products.
SimpleSoft is a Sage Select partner. We chose to be a Sage Select partner because we believe in the products and we believe in the relationship with Sage. Myself and my team were really interested in the Sales Logics Cloud model simply because it expanded upon what we already thought was a great product. And it provided us the opportunity to compete with some other solutions that are hosted only, but we still have a lot of the benefits that Sales Logics provides. Our role now, depending on the customer situation, can be different. If they want to engage us on a consulting basis, we're going to be able to provide higher value services because we're not going to be focused on the day-to-day management, the installation. You know, when the customer purchases a cloud subscription, they know that the maintenance and support is going to be managed by Sage. What makes the Sales Logics Cloud appealing to customers is the flexibility. They can choose to start in the cloud, and at a later date, if they want to move it on-premise, they can choose to do so, and vice versa. They've expanded beyond the general emailing out of the product and need to get into a more robust e-marketing solution. They have complete control over customizing and integrating, and the security and available disk storage are very, very important to our customers. And knowing that they own their data and they are the only ones that have access to their CRM system is very, very important to their peace of mind. Whether they purchase it on-premise or in the cloud, they're getting the same great product in both places.
We have a customer in West Virginia that is an on-premise customer, and they were instantly interested in the idea of getting out from underneath their existing infrastructure. They executed a migration from their on-premise system to Sales Logics Cloud and have been quite pleased with the results. The use of that Amazon platform lends a certain amount of credibility to the product and the infrastructure. It's not like we're down the street in a data center hosting this. This is in world-class infrastructure.
The strongest competitive advantage that Sales Logics has over its other hosting competitors is just the flexibility. But with Salesforce, what happens is a lot of customers are just looking for name recognition. Many times people don't buy based on the value of the solution. They buy based on what they've heard or what, the value of marketing, right? So they purchase based on what they've seen in advertising. It isn't always the best solution. And that's what we try to educate our customers on, is that Sales Logics is an excellent solution, whether they purchase it on-premise or in the cloud. They're getting the same great product in both places. The introduction of the cloud has allowed us to reach out to some different markets that really were never interested in Sales Logics before. To take a customer from ACT to the cloud is a much more budget-friendly, with, again, the lower cost of entry for the Sales Logics Cloud. We're able to go back and readdress CRM with smaller clients that just did not have the budget before. The cloud introduction is going to impact our bottom line and our top line revenue. We expect to sell more.
We've seen a very nice uptick in our sales pipeline. We're able to be competitive in more situations.
Our relationship with Sage is a great one because, again, they work through a partner channel. The value that we bring to our customers is the fact that we're here, we're local, and whether their solution is in the cloud or on-premise, they know they can call us and we're going to be able to help them, whether it's remotely from our office or going and sitting down with them across the table. Because that is one of the biggest values that we provide, is being there and being able to meet with them where they want, when they want. And that's really what Sage is providing with the cloud. They're providing a solution that allows the customer to have it where they want, when they want it.
This flexibility allowed us very recently to convert Sandals Resort from Salesforce.com to Sales Logics. So let me summarize our mid-market strategy. It's about providing choice and flexibility. It addresses diverse needs of the mid-market. It appeals to our partners, as you heard, as they continue to play a key role in this client relationship and get invited to more deals. And then once again, it provides Sage a competitive advantage and makes us a credible player in the cloud world. Thank you for your time and attention. And with that, for wrap-up and Q&A, I would like to turn it over to Guy. Thank you, Guy.